brought to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this head and slice of an angel wrapped in his skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, ready for ear to ear. Craving and radiating rain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Wednesday, so you know every other Wednesday we're either one of two places. We're either at Ned's Starlight Lounge, or today we are at Rococo's, located at 4308 Northwestern, just down on the same side as Sushi Nico, across from the Drum Room and Topangos, and just across the street also from BZD's. For catering and events, you can contact them at 405-534-8838, 405-534-8838, and that is their location over there, the original location on North, I think it's 27th to 28th and Penn, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. They are open Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and on Fridays and Saturdays, they're open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And, you know, it is Wednesday, so of course it is Rococo Hot Chicken Day. Excuse me. I'm going to have some here in just a minute. As soon as I finish here, as soon as I'm done with the show, I'm going to go ahead and get my Rococo Hot Chicken in real quick, because I got to get that in. I love me some Rococo Hot Chicken. If you haven't had it, it's the Nashville-style chicken. It is fantastic, and you need to come by here and holler at them. And then, of course, if you never had their brunch on Sundays, oh, my God, dude, you are missing out. We usually have the brunch. We usually go to Pink Tire, any kind of event we go on Saturday night, any kind of fundraiser or whatever on Saturday night. We always go or always try to come to Rococo's for the brunch in the afternoon, have some Bloody Marys, and recover from the night before. So not to say that I have a lot of fun, but if you've been around me, I like to have a lot of fun. And so anyway, Rococo's, 4308 Northwestern. It is the place to go, and I love Rococo's. And Bruce was just here a few minutes ago. He just left. Told him I said I need a hat. I got my nice Rococo shirt on today, but I do need a hat. I do not have a hat. I need a Rococo hat to go along with my shirt. So I might need to get a couple of different ones, because I love my other hats that I do have from my other friends and stuff like that. But so anyway, let's get into it today. We're going to have a good show. We're going to talk about the NBA draft, which of course is tomorrow. And so anyway, we're going to get into what the Thunder should do, who they should draft. All of those things are going to be in play today, and we're going to talk in depth about that. And then, of course, tomorrow on After the Storm, we will be live, so we can come right on and talk about the Thunder, who they drafted. Of course, we already know the order of things pretty much. Well, we know the top 1, 2, and 3 are going to be decided, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So, but in NBA news, Damian Lillard destinations, because we know that Damian has told them, the Portland Trail Blazers, that he wants to either get older. He doesn't want to play. He's got a few years left, and he doesn't want to play with young kids. He wants to play with some older guys. So what are the options for them? What are his destination? Now, the Heat and the Sixers pretty much are the two, I think, best options for Damian. Now, it's going to be up to him to decide which ones he wants to go to. But to me, either one of those locations are going to be fantastic for him. So to me, it's kind of whatever he wants to do. I like the Heat better than I do anything else, even though him and Embiid would be ridiculous together. I don't know for the Sixers. I don't know exactly what Miami could give up for him. Now the Heat, you get Tyrone Maxey, you can get Tobias Harris, so you could get some guys for him, some veteran guys for him if you trade for him. But also if he wants to stay, what do you do? Who is the possibility that you can bring there to help Damian want to stay? A veteran. So what does that give you? The answer has been Paul George. And I think Paul George would be a nice fit for them because I just think that you can see right here, the Clippers are thinking about trading, but they've got to break that up. That clearly did not work. They gave up the farm. Oklahoma City has benefited greatly from that trade, getting all those first-round picks for that. And I can understand why the Clippers did it. I would have probably done it as well for Paul George, but it just not has worked out. He's been hurt, and then, of course, Kawhi is just unavailable and has been unavailable since San Antonio. So, if you want to trade for him, I guess I see it. But I just don't know if I would do it if I'm the Clippers. I'm not going to trade a guy in my division who's going to help the team that I'm trading to possibly catch and meet us and beat us and then give Paul George that much more incentive to go off on us when he plays. So that being said, that's the option there. You can bring maybe a Karl Anthony Towns over to them. So maybe that's an option. But to me, if I'm Portland, I'm doing the same thing Sam Presti said. Look, I'm just going to get rid of my veterans. I'm going to start over. I got a good nucleus with Shaedon Sharpe. So I got some guys here that I can work with. So why not just go ahead, pull the Band-Aid off, send Dame on, get him someplace that he wants to go, either the Heat or the Sixers, either one. Now, for Damian, for him, I'd rather go to the Heat than the Sixers, even though I think it would be a nice thing for him to be with Joel Embiid. I think they would be crazy together. But on the other side of that, who are you going to have come off the bench? Because Tyrese Maxey, you're going to get, he's going to be trained. He's going to be traded for him. So to me, I think the Heat is the best destination for him to play along Jimmy Buckets and Bam Adebayo. They've got trade things they can trade for him. But, they're just that culture and what they do over there. I just think it'd be a better fit for him with mentality, the way he plays, the way that Miami plays, the way that they think about things. I just think it'd be a better coach. And then plus, Eric Spoelstra over Nick Nurse, no doubt, every day, 100%, every day, always, one coach over the other, because no matter what everybody thinks, coaching does matter. It does matter who your coach is. It does matter how well your team performs. And this year, the Thunder are going to find out how good of a coach we actually have, because now, barring injury, knock on wood, that nothing happens. And we'll talk about the Thunder and how all we have. But barring that, the Thunder are sitting pretty. Now, with the draft is tomorrow, so we're interested to see what that. Free agency starts on the 30th. Now, with the Thunder, what are they going to really do with that? What's going to happen in free agency? We're going to go over who we have on our roster here in a minute and what the Thunder can and cannot do. July 3rd and 5th, the California Classic, which, of course, Wembanyama is going to probably make his debut there because here are the teams that are playing there. You've got the Heat, you've got the Lakers, you've got the Spurs, the Warriors, and the Kings. So those are your teams that you have available for that. July 3rd is the Summer League in Utah, which is where the Thunder typically are going to play. Now, the question is, will we see our big boy or not? I just don't know if we're going to see him or not, Chet. Now, I do believe we will see J-Dub and J-Will for sure, but I don't know if we're going to see Chet in that, or we don't know if we're going to see him even in Summer League, whether they're going to take a chance on him possibly getting hurt again. Now, I would love to see what he looks like since we haven't seen him really since Summer League last year, him getting hurt in the Pro-Am for whatever reason, getting in front of LeBron, which I still don't understand what the hell he was doing. It's a Pro-Am, bro. Get the hell out of the way. People aren't there to see you. They're to see the slam dunks. As I played in Pro-Ams before, it's just who can outscore who can talk the most trash, who can have the most fun. It's not about playing defense. There's not a lot of defense. It's just trash talking, basically, is all it is. So I don't really see and understand what the deal is with that. I just really don't get it. It's dumb to me, but whatever. So anyway, that's the thing that's going on tomorrow. And then when you look at the NBA, what I'm looking at is the top picks for the draft this year. Next year's draft I don't think is as good as this year's drafts, but here are the picks that are available the top 15 is what I have here. Here's my top 15 picks I have. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama. You got Brandon Miller, which is here. You've got Scoot Henderson. Those are your top three. Now, the question is, which order will they go, 2 or 3? Do you want Scoot? Do you want Brandon? How you want that to go? So that's going to be the key is for that, which one is going to go first. And, of course, here is the draft order for them. You got the Spurs first, and this is what pretty much people have said they think is going to happen. I don't necessarily agree with this because a couple of the guys that I want are up there in the draft ahead. So Spurs clearly going to take Victor Wembanyama. The Hornets, Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson. Now that Michael Jordan is not in charge, we'll see what's going to happen on that. I would take Brandon Miller because I'm going to give me a big guy who's athletic, who can do more, who can defend, who can shoot, who can block shots. Give me a big man more over than have a guard. But especially I feel that way since we have SGA and Josh. The Blazers, Scoot Henderson, which gives you another guard, which if they get him, then clearly they don't need Dame anymore. So that's going to be a thing. So the question is, do they go ahead and trade that pick, and then you trade him and you get a Paul George, an aging veteran, or do you just say, boom, go young? To me, Dame has been more than loyal to a small town in Portland. But at the same time, give him what he wants, trade him where he wants to go, and on Saturday, keep Scoot Henderson. Because then you replace him, you're all young, you've got a young nucleus. Now, on that being said, Jeremy Grant doesn't want to play with any youth people either because he's getting up there in age, and he wants to play on a championship team. Remember, Jeremy was with the Thunder, so that's an option as well. I'd like to get him back, man. I really, really, really liked him a whole lot, but I did understand why we got rid of him to Denver at the particular time. Then you got the Pistons. They're looking at Jarice Walker, Magic, Anthony Black. Seventh placers are looking at Taylor Hendricks, which is that's who I want. I know that Oscar Thompson is there. Jazz want Bilal Coulibaly, which is what, of course, Sam Presti went over to Europe or went over to France to watch him play. He and Victor played on the same team. They got beat in the semifinals. But, of course, that team was not necessarily looking to win. They were looking to do NBA-style pick and rolls and stuff, trying to get Victor and Bilal ready for the NBA. They weren't really worried about winning it so much as trying to put together a NBA draft-worthy team. That's the best way to put it. Then you got Campbell. That's who that Sam Presti really likes him a lot. We'll talk about him here in a minute. More in depth when we go through this. The Mavs, Cam Whitmore, Magic, Kobe Ruffkin, the Thunder, Derek Lively, and like I said, we'll talk more about this. Raptors, Jalen Hood there, 14, the Pelicans, Jordan Hawkins, because, they got to figure out what they want to do with their guy, okay? They got to figure out what the hell they want to do with their guy. And then, of course, Carson Walker. So when you look at these drafts and you look at, okay, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the different guys? Now, when you go to the rest, like the top three are the top three, and then after that it's kind of like a crapshoot. Now, the Thunder, let me go ahead and click on over here to where the Thunder have been linked to, because I know the people we worry about the Thunder more than anything. So this is my deal. We have the number 12th and the number 50th pick. This is where the Thunder are sitting right now, because remember, we traded our number 37 pick, or swap, basically. So anyway, we got rid of that. So 12 and 50 is where the Thunder are staying right now. Now, the question is, do we move up to number 9, or can we move up to 8? What could we do? What can we give? Now, the Thunder, I believe, to trade up, which is something that they could do. Here are the guys that they possibly could trade up for. Now, you got Jarace Walker, who is 6'5", and he's a wing, and he played at Houston. Okay, that's your first guy. When I look at him, he's 6'8", 240's wing. He's got – the Pistons are pretty much set at guard, and so are the Thunder, but at the same time, we really only have 3. So, that allows you to go ahead because, do we want to keep, our roster is That's what we have. We have some guys set. I mean, the question is, do you want to keep a Trey Man? Do you want to keep uh, do you want to keep Isaiah Joe? So this guy would be a younger, more athletic than both of those guys. So uh, what would you want to do with that? Now, to me, his upside is really, really well. Uh, I just like that his length. I think that he has the potential to really, really do well, especially in a good culture. And I think SGA is developing the culture for the Thunder on what they want to do. So that's kind of my thing. Anthony Black, he's a point guard from Arkansas. I look at him and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, I like the kid, but on the other side, I mean, do we need another point guard? I mean, these are two issues. When you look at what the Thunder have, okay, when you look at our deal. So let me pull up our Thunder roster so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Here are our guards. You got SGA Trey Man, and you got Isaiah Joe. Okay, he's your shooting guards with Josh Giddey and Lou Dort. Lou Dort is really not a shooting guard, but he is your shooting guard. I'm having more of a small forward to me. But anyway, here are your guards. So if you go with either one of the kids I just mentioned, okay, then that leaves you kind of like, okay, what do I do? So if you go with either one of those guys, then that means that Trey Man, which I think is for sure, he's lost favor. I just believe Trey is tradable. That's kind of how I look at Trey. He was one of my favorite guys, but after last year, watching him in summer league and seeing how he had changed, I was just not a fan of what he was trying to do. So to me, he's tradable. Isaiah Joe, I liked him, but he is a little older. So do you want to go younger at that position to match our youth movement? Or, he does have experience and he's played well and it's a nice little fit and he's kind of got in a groove with what we want from him, where he fits in with us. So the question is, do you go ahead and do that? So those are your options that you have with that and Anthony Black and Therese. Both of those guys, either one of those guys are available to the Thunder on what the Thunder want to do. So Anthony Black, and then Idris Walker, of course, and then you got Amen Thompson, who's another point guard, but I don't see the Rockets giving him up. Now, the guy that I really, really like, to me, fits the Thunder needs. We need wing defenders because guards, I think we're still okay. I think we still can just go in a 3-man or 4-man rotation with SGA, Josh, J-Dub, and Isaiah Joe, and Trey in there if we need him. So to me, I think we're okay. I think we need a wing defender for sure. We need somebody who can block shots, but we need a wing defender really, really bad. So to me, I think the Thunder, they have to go and they have to get somebody like a Taylor Hendricks. That's me. I like this kid. I think you go and you get this kid. That's just me. I mean, you look at him. I mean, he's a power forward. He's a beast. I mean, he's 6'8", 6'9". He's got some weight on him. He's got a wingspan. He's very agile. He can defend. He's long. He can block shots. He can go up and get rebounds. He's physical. To me, that's what the Thunder need. Is they need another Aaron Wiggins. They need somebody who can rebound. They need somebody who can defend. Because right now your defenders are basically SGA, Dort, and Aaron Wiggins. Those are your three defenders. Josh is okay, decent. J-Dub is still trying to figure out how to play. Okay? So we're still trying to figure out how to fit him in there. But you can't have Josh in there. You can't have J-Dub in there. And neither one of them are going to play defense along with J-Dub, along with SGA, Dort. And then, of course, you can't have Wiggins out there, so you got to figure out who you want out on the court because you can only have 5 because, to me, your top 8 are really simple. You got SGA, you got Josh, you have Dort, you have J-Dub, you have J-Will, you have Aaron Wiggins, you have Isaiah Joe, and you have Chet. That's your 8 right there. And you want to bring in somebody who can fit in there with that 8, 9, which to me, Taylor would be fantastic in that position with that. Now, if you do want to go with an Anthony Black, then, of course, that's saying that that's going to be your Trey Man, or that's going to be your guy that takes that. But I would say, man, I don't know if I'd want to do it. I mean, to me, I think guard, we're okay, even though those guys are really good. I think we're okay. Now, when you look at Bilal Coulibaly, I look at him, and he's upside. He's long. but he's just like what we have right now. You already have that in Jane. Long, athletic, got some potential, even though I think that he probably, I've watched him play and I like his upside, but at the same time, to me, it's almost you already have that already in Jane. So to me, a guy who's more ready to play than he would be now, I think 2 years, 3 years down the road, I think he could be a monster, and he does play well. But I think you need somebody right now. You need somebody right now. Now, the other option is Kobe Buffkin. He can come in, another guard, okay, can come in there once again for Michigan. So those are your options when you have right there for the Thunder. We do have the possibility, okay? We do have some options there. And when you look at the Thunder mock draft, like I said, here are the guys. Now, Derek Lively, we haven't talked about him, who a lot of people have him coming to the Thunder. Now, look at Derek Lively. The thing is with him, he's, Derek is 7 foot, played at Duke. He's working on his outside shot, but what is he? He's physical, he can block shots, and he can rebound. So do you lose right there taking him? No, I don't see. That's not a bad side, staying where you are, keeping your picks. But on the other side of that, the draft next year is going to be really slim, and you have 4 first-round picks next year. So do you want to go ahead and be all in now and get you some draft picks and trade out for next year? I mean, what do? I mean, to me, like I said, the needs are we need a shooting guard, somebody who can knock down a three, and you need somebody who can rebound and play wing defender. We got to have that because I'm not sure if Chet is that person. But when you look at what the Thunder need and what the Thunder have to have, to me, that's where you put the players. I mean, to me, that's where you're at. To me, when I look at the Thunder, I look at what they have. I look at what the options are with our team. I mean, that's kind of where I see everything. I see us with. I mean, we've got a nice young team. We have some talent. We have some ability. But we still need some things. We still need some shooters. We still need wing defenders. And we need some sort of inside presence because Jay Will is very good at taking charges, and he can rebound a little bit. But at the same time, when you have those guys who can out-jump him that are 6'10", 6'11", you're in trouble. So Derek Lively would solve that issue, being 7'3" at Duke. He would solve that. Kobe Ruffkin would side your guard issue, where there's a shooter who can wing defend at that. Blair Cullenblee, same thing. But at the same time, you already have a guy like him that's growing, that's an upside from Europe already in Jane. Taylor Hendricks, like I said, is my guy. Athletic, can shoot, can run, can play defense, can rebound. That's who I like tons. Anthony Black, like I said, point guard. Do you want to go against somebody like him? Or another, like I said, Jarice Walker, another wing defender. So, I mean, what do you want? But the Thunder needs are right there. I mean, however you want to do it. Because if you go, like I said, if you go ahead and you get an Anthony Black and you get a Jarice Walker or a Kobe Ruffkin, then you already know, okay, those are guys that we're going to take over from an Isaiah Joe. Or that's the guys going to take over from Trey Mann. So we know you're replacing 2 of those, if not for sure 1 of those. So you already know you're going to do that. But that doesn't solve your issue of being able to guard out on the wings. So you got to have that. So to me, that's where the Taylor Hendricks comes in. That's where the Kobe Ruffkin is big enough and physical enough where he can play out. And then you have a need for some shot blocker, rebounder inside, which is what Derek Lively, he solves that issue. So to me, that's kind of how the Thunder are set up on what you want to do, and those are their options. And I know Sam Presti already knows what we need, just like most of you all know what we need if you've watched the Thunder. You know exactly what we have to have and what we need to be successful because we have the young talent out the wazoo. We can move up because we have the draft picks. Because remember what the Thunder have next year. Remember we have the draft picks and how many we have next year. So we can easily move up. We can easily trade up some because we got so many picks. We can do so many different things if that's what we choose to do. Because remember, Thunder draft picks, we have 1 this year, which is our own, and then we have the 50th pick. Now next year we have our own. Then we have the Clippers, and we have Houston, and we have Utah for next year. Then we have 3 the following year. So we have tons of picks. And if you're not going to go get a veteran, which right now I don't think that's what the Thunder plan is. They want to stay young, but even though a veteran presence would be nice to have, it would be a very nice thing. So, but when I look at it, to me, it's very simple. those are all the options that I just pointed out for you guys to have. Those are all the things that the Thunder can have. Those are different routes that the Thunder could go. Now, to me, the other option is, do you just stay pat? Do you stay exactly where you're at with the group that you have, and you have Chet coming in, and to see what you have in Chet? Is he really the difference maker that you need? If he is, then you stay where you're at, and then you're set. But you still have that 12th pick. You can move up. So, that being said, I got my guy Drew Hinthorn, HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, homie?
What's happening?
Hey, man, glad to know you back from the
DJ.
lake. You back from the lake, bro.
Back to the living. Back to the living.
How was the lake?
Good, man.
Looked like you guys had some fun.
Really good. It was nice. Weather was great. Wasn't too hot.
Yeah, I wish I could have came, but some of us had stuff to do. I had stuff to do. I definitely wanted to come.
I did too. I probably should have been here, but I needed a day.
Yeah, well, you needed a day. I mean, I had some stuff I had to get done. So here, let me go ahead and do our sponsor stuff done, and then I'll come back, and then we got to get into your stuff, talk about the Thunder picks. What's your thoughts of that? I rated my top 10 quarterbacks. We got to talk about that and some other NBA news, NFL and NBA news. I want to take this time to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for any computers, software to be written, website design, all that, they are the people that you need to holler at. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, he is. Contact my guy Mark Long over there. He will help you out and get you squared away. Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro. If you have any needs
What's up, Jose?
if you have any needs for anything to be moved, you can definitely do that. And then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee over at NAFCO, appreciate their support that they always do for us. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. Make things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender. They're a member of the FDIC. They also are a proud sponsor for us to go out to support minority women and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And, of course, if you want to pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go into the main bank to see them over there. YNB East over on Yukon Parkway and 66. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is on I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard. And YNB Peoples on 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell, right there on 23rd Street. And our latest DT Construction and Consulting, if you can contact them at 405-209-4051. If you have any needs for anything, whether it's roofs, whether it's just doing fences, you guys aren't doing, y'all weren't out there doing landscaping, were you? Did I see you doing some landscaping stuff?
Yeah, we did a little power washing. We did some driveway design, a little concrete, a little bit of everything.
So y'all do a little bit of everything. Yeah, do it all. You can also email those guys email Drew at dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. That's dtconstruction2015. They're respectful, at Outlook. They're respectful, local, and most of all, they're loyal. So which means basically, if you have an issue, he answers his phone. Yep. He doesn't change his number. He's not out of state. You don't have to worry about trying to find him. That's our guy, Drew Hinthorn, DT Construction and Consulting. So, bro, how about the draft coming up tomorrow? I don't know if you heard part of the show I had going on earlier.
Yeah, I haven't. I've been running around gathering permits and a couple other things today. So I've been in and out of the car. So I tried to get on a little earlier, and then I had a phone call come up, loyal customer. So I had to take that call, and now I'm here. So lay it on me. What you got?
Yeah, we were just talking about I was talking about the NBA draft coming up, what the Thunder can't do, who the top picks were. They did they did a mock draft,
right?
And they had the Thunder taking Derek Lively, the big guy from Duke, the 7-footer, which, we need a big guy, but there's something, that to me, I wouldn't waste a top 12 pick on him. That's what I'm saying. We need a guy, but I think we need more than that. But anyway, the other option is for the Thunder to trade up. Since we have the number 12th and number 50th pick, plus we have 4 picks from next year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to trade up, you can go get Jarice Walker. You can go up and get him. Anthony Black. Jarice Walker is a wing from Houston. Anthony Black, the point guard. from Arkansas, or dude, the Kobe Buffkin from Michigan. So those.
I still like the kid from Kansas. I think they need to do whatever they need to do to get him.
Yeah, but we don't like him over Taylor Hendricks from UCF. Do you like Grady over Taylor Hendricks?
And I mean, for what they need, I do. I mean, I like his game. I think he plays immediately.
Well, I mean, I like his game too, but I'm going to take a 6'8" with wingspan, athletic as hell, who can block shots, defend, over a straight-up just shooter. Because he can still shoot it. Not as good as Grady, but he gives me that wing defender who can stop somebody, who can block shots and rebound. So, but my other option would be, because with Kobe Ruffkin from Michigan, he and Grady are about the same. Grady's a little taller, but Kobe can at least play defense better than – I mean, I'll take that back. You know who he reminds me of? What the kid at Braun. You know, Grady Dick is just like Braun from Denver. Same type player, going to give you good minutes, going to do the things, going to make shots, going to play good defense, going to do all the things you need to do, all the intangibles. But the question is, do you take him over a Taylor Hendricks who's big, strong, fast, athletic, block shots, and play D?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what you're willing to give up, honestly. I don't know what they're going to have to give up to move up. I mean,
well, the thing is this.
Where do you think those guys fall? Dick's probably 7 or 8, 9.
Okay, the NBA mock draft is the way that they've got it done. Grady Dick doesn't go until 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they may not have to move up to take him.
Yep. You've got, here's the order.
Well, if he's there, do you take him, though? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's 12, they're probably taking him.
Yeah, I agree. I would take him if he's there at 12, there's no doubt. They've got Victor Wembanyama going to the Spurs, Brandon Miller going to the Hornets, Scoot Henderson to the Blazers, Amen Thompson to the Rockets, Jaree Walker to the Pistons, which I was like, okay. But he's a good player, though. I'll take him. Anthony Black to the Magic, and then Taylor Hendricks, number 7, to the Pacers. Number 8 is Answer Thompson, the shooting guard that played played in the city thing or whatever. One of the twins. Then the Jazz taking Bilal Koulibaly from France, the big kid that played with Wembanyama. The Mavs then take Cam Whitmore from Villanova. The Magic take Kobe Buffkin from Michigan, the guy that I like him too. Then the Thunder for Derek Lively, which I'm like, whatever. I'm not sure about that.
I think you can find him. I just don't know about burning a pick on that kid. He's all right. I guess he's big, and I don't know. He just didn't really do a whole lot for me last year.
I agree.
He had a couple good games. Played all right in the tournament. I mean, he can block shots.
And rebound.
To me, I think you got to see what Chet going to bring to the table before you burn a pick on somebody like him.
Agreed. They've got Grady Dick going to the Jazz at 16. I'm thinking if Grady Dick's there at 12, you grab him. I don't think he'll be there at 12, Drew. I don't think he'll be there at 12. That's just me, though. I don't think he'll be there at 12. But anyway, that's kind of how it's broken down a little bit. But I'm with you though.
Crapshoot. It really is a crapshoot in this draft. It's top heavy. You got first 3 or 4 picks that are 5 picks that are probably pretty much guaranteed. But hell, the rest of it, all the rest of the first round.
It's crapshoot.
It's crapshoot. I mean, it's just who do you need and what is filling a need for certain teams. So,
well, we know what
I think the Thunder's need is shooting. They got to be able to shoot the basketball.
They got to shoot. They need a wing defender, and they need a big man, an inside presence, which are like you and I both agree. What are you gonna do with Chet?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you got.
I think that's again the importance of him playing in summer league. With you got to see what you got. I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell 100%, but you're gonna be able to get a pretty good feel if he's gonna be able to go.
Yeah, but do you take a chance on him getting hurt again?
I think you do. I mean, shit, if he gets hurt in summer league, he's gonna get hurt in the regular. I mean, he's got to play. He's got to play sometime.
Plus, I think it'd be a good idea because you have a chance to see him with J-Dub and J-Will together. Now that J-Will,
and then get him some live action. See if he's ready.
well, they said he's been playing, Drew. That he practiced with the team at the end, which to me says, why would you go up and try to get in a lottery? But I guess not. I mean, you got a chance to get top 3 pick. You got a chance to get a Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson or the number 1 overall pick. Why wouldn't you? And we were only 1 win away from being 8 pick.
The Henderson kid, he's the one from Florida State.
Yeah, he was in the G League. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the G. He didn't go to Florida State. He went to G League, straight from high school.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude. Him and Wembanyama went at it. One had 38, one had 42 or something like that. They just went at each other the whole game there when the Ignite played them. So he's got upside. I mean, I understand what the Thunder were trying to get.
To me, if you're OKC, to me, to trade up, you really got to be getting one of the top 5 players if you're going to burn any draft picks. I just think you stay where you are unless you know for sure you can get one of those guys.
And remember, next year the draft is not going to be that strong, Drew. So you got 4 first-round picks in a draft that's going to be weak.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about it that way too. And the other NBA scouts or GMs know that it's weak next year, that it's not going to be as strong this year. So that's when you trade for a veteran guy to come up, But the question is, do you want to go get a veteran?
That's what I'm saying. If you get Chet in summer league and you know that what you got and you know what you're going to need even after the draft, you can make a move in free agency and trade a couple picks from next year, or try to move on somebody unhappy, and you just never know what happens the rest of the summer.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Drew, the thing that I like about the Thunder's position is, really your team is pretty good. You're sitting pretty good because next year you're not going to be trying to lose on purpose like you were this year.
Nope.
Because we're only one, and I didn't even realize this, Drew. We were one loss away from being 8, the number 8 pick. So if you're in the top 8, your chances greatly improve of getting the draft. But on the other side of it, I still believe, hey, look, that's fine with these guys. It's still a crapshoot. You don't know what you're getting until you don't know. But at the other side of that, dude, we had a chance to really do something as a team, get these guys some experience in the league, which is what I was interested in, watching them get better as a group and watching them get better, some experience in the playoffs. But that's just me. But I agree with you. We're going to see what Chet is or isn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're going to see what he is or isn't this year. No doubt. Don't you agree?
100%. You're going to find out if he plays in Summer League, you're going to find out what he's all about. You're going to see, you can see anything. Really, he got 1 game last year.
Well, he played 3. He played 3 games. He had 2 with Josh.
3 games.
Yeah, he played 2 with Josh, and the game he didn't play without Josh, I was like, wow, it was pretty noticeable that he didn't play no more. He didn't play no more after that.
I'm interested to watch. I'll watch. If he's playing, I'll watch and see what they got. Cause it's a really big deal for Oklahoma City. He needs to play well.
He does.
They need him to be good. But if he's not, then you know what you got to go get in free agency, I guess.
Yeah, but on top of that, look who you gave up to get him.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Look at what you gave up to get him.
I just hope he doesn't wear that sports bra again.
Oh, my God, dude. What was that? Was that to make his chest look bigger or something? I don't know what that was, man.
What that was.
I was like, wow.
Looked like he might be trying out for women's soccer or something.
You know what's so funny is nobody in the Oklahoma City media has asked him about that.
Jeez.
I would have asked him. I'm like, bro, what was that, bro?
What?
What was that?
New style?
I know that Russell Westbrook and these guys are wearing the dresses, or not the dresses, but what do they call the Irish wear them? What do they call, or the Scottish wear them? Kilts. Was you trying? Is that your idea of kind of like a kilt wearing a bra?
You better have some serious game. You got wearing a sports bra.
Dude, you know what they're going to do? What these guys are going to do to him, man? God dang. Ooh, boy, it's gonna be ugly. That's gonna be an ugly situation for them doing that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm with you, Drew. I mean, Oklahoma City. I mean, you're sitting good, but do you go out? Do you replace Trey Man, and do you go get another guard simply because of Isaiah Joe is not necessarily what you really want, and Trey is is not what you want. So you go get you another guard, and then you sit good where you're at as far as bigs, because you're top.
Yep.
You already know you got SGA, Josh, J Dub, J Will, Dort, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, and Chet. That's your 8. And then you got these 2 coming in, or at least one. So that's your 9.
I think Dick will play ahead of Dort. I think Dick will play a lot more than Dort will.
Well, not more than Dort. He'll play more than Isaiah Joe. Dort's got to be there for defense.
He's gonna have to. I mean, if you spend that pick on him, he's gonna have to come in and shoot. You're gonna have to play him.
Yeah.
I don't think you can let him sit like they did the kid from Arkansas, the Williams kid. I thought he should have played a lot more last year, but
yeah, especially when they said that.
They're gonna have to start playing some of these young guys, man.
Well, they did play him quite a bit, but then they stopped, and I'm like, okay, if your idea, if you're telling me that you're playing the young guys because you want to gain experience, but then the one guy who's going to be clearly your backup center along with Chet, you don't play as much. I don't really understand. What are you saying to me? You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, but I agree with you 100%. I mean, we know what Jay Will is. Jay Will, he's gonna take charges whenever you come through the middle, since he led the NBA in charges taken. You know that he's gonna be able to rebound, and he can shoot the 3 and pretty decently. Would he shoot 39%, 40%, 39% from 3? I think is what Jay Will shot. I want to say it was 38 or 39% Jay Will shot from 3. So I mean, you got a guy who can shoot the 3, stretch the floor, plays good defense, not your highest jumper in the world. But you have that. Then you have J-Dub, who is going to give you some buckets, who's getting better at defense. So that's going to happen, even though the sophomore wall he may hit. And then you know what you're getting out of SGA and Josh.
Yeah.
So to me, you think you still need another wing defender, because right now the only defenders you really got are SGA, Dort, and Aaron Wiggins. Those are your 3 defenders. So that means those are 3. That means you're going to put, you have Josh maybe on the floor, or maybe not have him on the floor. You're going to have a big out there. Remember, we still have Poku. What are you going to do with him, Drew?
Maybe trade.
He did play. I will say he played good last year. He played good.
Put him in a trade package.
Because he played really good until he got hurt last year, Drew. Do you agree?
I mean, we're gonna find out what their direction is on Thursday night by who they pick, and who's gonna go where. Because if they go out and take 2 guards, then I think there's probably the answer to your question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, the option is: do you stay at 12 or do you move up? And if you move up, you got to go get. If you're moving up,
like I said,
I lost you, Drew. But my thing is this: if the Thunder move up, you got to go get Taylor Hendricks. If you're going to move up, that's who you go get. He's long. He gives you another long defender. He gives you a guy who can help on the boards, which clearly was an issue we had last year. Would help on the boards. So to me, you go out, you go get you. Are you there, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I say you go get you a Taylor Hendricks. Somebody can help out on the boards, because we got killed on the boards last year. You have somebody can rebound.
That's it. That's it. What do you have here, man?
Is that you? You're getting, what is that?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
You just got cutting in and out. I'm going through a drive-through. I need some caffeine.
Okay, because I was wondering, I thought you were talking. I heard somebody else talking. No, because I was saying is that one of our biggest issues is rebounding. You got to have having another guard don't help you rebounding.
No, it doesn't.
You got to be able to rebound.
But you might be able to go find you a rebounder in free agency, so and not have to blow a pick on it. I don't know. I think it's just like I said. We'll find out a lot about where they think they are and what all they think they need. Because a lot of times I think that they need some, and then Sam Presti sure doesn't think that way.
No, he doesn't. No. Well, the thing is, last year we thought we needed a big man, and you got your wish because you love J. Will at Arkansas. You got your wish. And then J-Dub, he wasn't really what we wanted.
I just like his physicality. I just think he's physical enough to play in the NBA. I think he's got a good addition to the team. I think you'll see a pretty big push forward for him this year too. I think he'll be better.
I agree. Hey, dude, I loved what I saw out of J-Dub. I mean, I loved what I saw out of him because of the simple fact that he can rebound. But the thing, Drew, he led the NBA in charges taken, and he didn't play the first half of the season.
And he's unselfish. He's gonna rebound and get those little putbacks and scrap plays, and he's not out there, whining about not getting the ball. I mean,
not
he fills the role.
Yep. I thought he did. I thought he should have played more for whatever reason. I mean, they'd start him and then hardly not play him again until the fourth quarter, and I'm like, you start in first quarter, third quarter, doesn't hardly play any. The end from about 8 minutes in, he doesn't play, or 9 minutes in, he doesn't play any more of the first quarter. Doesn't play hardly at all the second quarter. Then he starts the third quarter. Then you don't see him again, or you may not until the end of the game. I'm like, well, what the hell? You got these other guys and they can't rebound. I mean, so. But when you look at the Thunder roster, Drew, and I know you haven't looked at the roster, but when you look at the Thunder roster,
I pretty much know who's there. I mean, it's the same guys that are there from last year. You had Chet. Pretty much the same team.
Yeah, well, here's your roster. You have SGA, Trey Mann. You got Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, and Isaiah Joe. Those are your guards. Then your small forwards are Jalen Williams, J-Dub, Aaron Wiggins, Jang, and Lindy Waters. Those are your small forwards. And
I don't think Lindy Waters is going to be on the team line.
He's still on the team. Poku, Kendricks Williams, and Jeremiah Robinson Earl, your power forwards. And then you have Chet and Jalen Williams as your centers. So that's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 14 guys. And we know who 8 of them are. And then you're going to have your first round pick, that's 9. You like Kendricks Williams a lot, that's 10. And then after that, I mean, that leaves you with Jang, Poku, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Lindy Waters, and Trey Mann. Those are your other 5.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I think that, I mean, you like Poku. I think Robinson Earl will stick around for his rebounding.
Well, he doesn't rebound that well, Drew. Well, he was doing okay, but that's what killed us in the Charlotte game. Instead of having Jay Will in there rebounding, he had him in there, and he was killing us on the boards. He's only 6'8", 6'9". I mean, he doesn't really jump that well, but he could shoot it.
He should be able to rebound. He might not be on the team if he can't rebound because he's got to find a role.
Yeah, he was stretching the floor as a stretch four is what he was doing, knocking down threes. But when he came back from injury, he just wasn't the same player. And to me, you had him in there, but once again, the Thunder were trying to lose without losing. Okay, because they knew that if they get in there and they get that 8th pick, you're in the lottery and have a chance to move up. That's what they were looking at. That's what they were looking at, a chance to get Wembanyama. That's what they were looking at.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I get it, but, whatever. Now, in NFL news, Drew, man, Ray Lewis's son passed away the other night of a suspected overdose.
Yeah, so I saw that. So what happened? My internet was going in and out on me at the lake, and I was trying to read the article, and then, of course, you know how they get these days when you don't buy a damn subscription to a magazine.
They cut you off.
They don't let you read the article. Damn it! So then I couldn't get online, and it was one thing after another. But so fill me in and tell me what happened.
It was a suspected overdose. Is what it was.
Fentanyl.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. So, and it's 28 years old, man. But you know how it is. When you're a famous child, famous person's kid, it's hard on you, man. It's hard. So. It's just really rough. It's really rough. I feel sorry for Ray, because what do you do? You know what I'm saying, Drew?
I don't know what you do. You turn to your faith. That's about all you can do in situations like that. He's had some run-ins himself, so I know that he's turned to his faith before. So we'll see. That's just terrible.
Yeah, it's just they said they found him unconscious in his bedroom is what they said. And they really didn't go into detail about it, but it's got to be something like fentanyl or whatever for you to die. It was just a tragic accident, is what they said. They didn't really go into too much detail, which, probably out of respect for Ray.
That's when I read it. That's kind of because they were just kind of skating around the issue.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that it was fentanyl.
Which is what it usually is when it comes to that. So then, of course, DeAndre Hopkins visits the Patriots and the Titans. But you know what? Nobody has anything to do until the 17th anyway of July.
I saw that. Kind of a little dead period. But I tell you what, Patriots would be a nice fit for him. That sure helped that quarterback.
Yeah, with Mac Jones, that would help him out. With Juju Smith-Schuster, it would really help him out quite a bit, And then the Titans, they need some help. But I'm just not sold on their quarterback.
I don't think he goes to Tennessee. I don't see that as a good.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's up, B?
Not much, man. AC's not doing too well, so I've been dealing with that all day.
I know how that is. But Drew, I'm with you. I think that to be honest with you, I saw this deal that said Dalvin Cook and Hopkins to the Cowboys. How do you feel about that?
Said what now?
Dalvin Cook and Hopkins to the boys.
Wow. Wait. They hit the lottery. I don't know about it.
Well, because they have the space to do what they need to do if they need to do that. They can get it. They can skirt around to make it happen if they really want to.
I think your window's closing. I think if you could do it, boy. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yep.
I mean, you have CeeDee Lamb and DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my goodness, dude! And then not to mention Dalvin Cook in there with your boy Tony. Man, that's. I mean, he can go get you 2 or 3 yards, or he can get you 80. You know what I mean?
I'd love to see it. I mean, you know me. I mean, that's that. If they get him, that's me right there. Puts them in the driver's seat. If they get Cook and him. Right to the top. They'd have to be the favorites in the NFC.
That's going to take a hell of a deal. Lots of turning parts.
Yeah, it does, but they can get it done because they got enough. If they really want to make it happen.
Jerry's getting older. I mean, if he has an opportunity to put something together and make a run, I mean, I don't see how you turn it down. I mean, I'd like to see this creative financing.
Well, all you got to do is
Jerry's hands don't get cramps writing checks.
Hey, dude, it ain't hard. All you got to do is just go in and redo somebody's contract and create space.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what the Chiefs do. I mean, when they needed $12 million, they went and gave Patrick Mahomes a $20 million check, and they opened up space. So but I think that Hopkins is sitting there, and both of them are sitting there waiting after the 17th when you have to do all your file or your extensions have to be done by the 17th. And so at that point, that's really when the teams, I think, is going to
that's when the true date. True colors will come out.
Because all the training camps really start right after that. So that's when that hops up. And then also, dude, wow, the Arena League kicked out the Albany Empire, owned by Antonio Brown's team, out of the league because he failed to pay either the required fee or the fine after his comments.
You know the whole deal on that, right? So like if you own the team or whatever, you only have to pay 1/7 of the annual budget or whatever.
Right.
Or you have a $1,000 fine.
Right.
And he didn't pay the $1,000 fine.
Well, he paid the August.
Yeah, he paid the
April.
one in April. Yeah, he paid April.
And then
he didn't pay May.
And then disputed it, and they gave him his money back.
Yeah, and they said, we'll give you a $1,000 fine if you just pay May. We'll be we're in the clear.
Yes,
and then he said, no, I ain't paying that. So then they said, all right, see you.
Can you imagine? Remember he was going to give.
Not a good start.
Remember he was going to give Cam Newton $250,000 to come play for him. I was like, I'd want that up front.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't even pay a $1,000 fine.
Yeah, I was like, give me that $250 up front. You know what I'm saying? Give me that up front, bro. I don't trust you. Give me that up front. I mean, Drew, would you go play for him? Oh, he's not there.
Yeah, not a chance I'd pay.
There's
not a chance I'd play for. I mean, I wouldn't even talk. I wouldn't even like to sit in the same room as that guy. I just don't. I mean, I'm just not a fan of him.
I agree with you. Now, here are my top NFL quarterbacks. Tell me what you think, Ben. Drew.
What we got? Okay.
I got Mahomes 1, Joe Burrow 2, Aaron Rodgers 3, Lamar Jackson 4, Josh Allen 5, Herbert 6, Trevor 7, Jalen Hurts 8, Deshaun Watson 9, and Dak 10.
is very, very. I think the only ones that I very liked that list is very accurate. I think the only ones Lamar and Josh are interchangeable with Aaron. I think those
Yes,
three.
well,
I think
I
those
agree.
three spots are all interchangeable.
I gave Aaron the nod because
he deserves it.
he's a
He's the
four
best
time.
thrower
3, 4,
of
5,
football.
6. You get scramble out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, but I looked at it like, okay, he's got how many MVPs?
Yeah, and
Lamar,
Lamar. He's the best thrower of the football. If you're looking at a guy that's actually tossing the ball, he's the best. He might not be the best quarterback, but he's the best thrower of the ball.
Yeah, then I got Lamar. He's got an MVP. Josh does not have one.
Yeah.
So that's why I went.
Yeah,
I
can see your argument there. I agree with that.
That's why I went that way. That was because I'm looking at them like, well, they're all three the same, really. But who do I pick?
All three of those are interchangeable. I really think so. I like that list. That's a good one.
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah. What do you think about Jalen Hurts being 8? You think that's too far down the list, or you think he should be up higher?
I like him where he's at.
I think he could be 10, as far as I'm concerned.
Drew.
Yeah, I think 8, 9, 10 are all interchangeable as well.
Well, no, I think
Herbert
9
ahead of
Lawrence. I think 9 and 10 are. I think Jalen is better than Deshaun and Dak.
Wow.
Yep.
I think he. Do you not agree, Ben?
Yep, especially with recency bias. You got to go with that too.
I mean, I'm not an Eagles fan, Drew, but I mean, the dude was a beast last year. He earned that spot above those other two. Neither one of them have got to an NFL conference final, championship final, or to the Super Bowl. So I got to put him ahead of both of those. But I don't think he's as talented as Trevor Lawrence.
He played a 4th-string quarterback in an NFC championship game. Let's not go pat him too hard on the back.
I agree, but he did what he had to do to win.
And he had a hell of a season last year.
He had a hell of a season, runner-up MVP. I mean, that's the only reason why I put him in front of Deshaun and Jack and Dak.
Yep, I like your list. I think
but
I'll say this.
But I'll say this: if you put Deshaun Watson, if you put DeAndre Hopkins and Dalvin Cook, then I'm moving Dak ahead of Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think you can't screw that up. You can't screw that up.
Deshaun Watson, 5XL gloves.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm just saying DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, I mean, just think of the year Pollard's going to have if you could get Dalvin Cook and Hopkins in there.
With those,
because you're going to
put 8 in the box. He's going to run crazy.
Yep, and you'll have to double on him, and then
there's no way. I mean, what are you going to do in their tight end? You still got not Schultz, but you got the other tight end too.
Yeah, they got a couple of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you got Tony Pollard and Cook, 1-2. That's way better than Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Yeah, 100%.
Because both of them can catch the ball.
And he got the kid from Kansas State, and he got the kid from Tampa Bay.
Yep. So, but anyway, I put that in there. But Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Josh, and then Herbert. I still don't think Herbert has made the jump. People like him.
No.
I'm like, dude, you still ain't made the jump. You have
He's right there.
Dude, you're up 24 points and you lose.
Yep, and then every time he either gets Mike Williams or Keenan Allen. Yeah, one of them get hurt, and then he ends up going with just one weapon. Then they get double teamed, and then he's shut down every year. And then they just make poor decisions with the football at the end of the game and the end of halves, the end of quarters. I think they're easily the worst time management team in the league. I think because they have a great chance of making the playoffs every year if they just keep going, but they just seem to just give the ball up every time.
Yeah, to me. Like I said, all I know is they talk about Joe Burrow and Mahomes. All I know is Mahomes is throwing to practice squad wide receivers in the championship game. He's throwing to practice squad wide receivers. I'm like that because I was like, who is this kid? Where the hell did this guy come from? Oh, he's off the practice squad. Wait, what? You're in the AFC championship game throwing a practice squad player for a first down, a critical first down. The fact that you can trust the guy to throw it to him. Man, I'm sorry. He's just ridiculous to me. By the way, what'd you think of his clapback on Jamar Chase? Pat who? Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Did you like that, Drew?
I did.
I mean, what do you say?
You got to defend your boy a little bit.
Well, no, but I'm just saying is that when Mahomes goes, that's who with 2 rings.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah,
Come
puts
on,
his hand
man.
up. Yeah.
Come on, man. What do you, Pat who? I mean, I know you got to defend your boy, but Jamar, come on.
Yeah, then I was looking at that. I mean, the Chargers, they had Eckler, 18 touchdowns last year. I don't know how you don't win more games with 18 touchdowns from your running back.
And put it like this, they're not paying him.
Nope.
He's playing his franchise tag, and that's it. But you know what?
Yep.
Do you pay a running back anymore?
After about their 5th or 6th season, I think you got to pretty much either got to take an incentive deal or a team friendly deal. Something's got to give.
Well, I mean, Saquon, what are they going to do in New York?
They're going to have to pay him.
You think they're going to have to pay him? He says he's not going to play, which I don't believe.
He's gone. Yeah, he'll do the old Zeke treatment or whatever.
Well,
it was Le'Veon. Le'Veon was the one.
Well, Le'Veon sat out a year, and he got the money from the Jets and was never. It
was never the same. Never the same. Yeah, I feel Saquon.
Giants fans will lose their mind if they don't sign Saquon.
I mean, my deal is this: when you signed Daniel Jones, how the hell do you pay him $45 million? What are you? On what planet does he deserve that much money?
Same reason you paid Dak Prescott. What the market provided.
Well,
I didn't think Prescott deserved $45 million.
Well, the problem with
I really think they thought that Barkley was going to sign that contract.
Okay, my question is this, guys. Then, in that particular case, Drew, what you going to do with Dak when you got to pay him $55 million next year?
Oh, I know.
I mean,
you're getting out of control. I mean, if he goes out this year and lays an egg in the playoffs again, then I think you really got to look at it. I mean, you got to look at it. I don't know.
Well, because remember, they got to sign him, Nick. They got to sign him next year because that's going to be the next to his last year of his contract, and they don't want to be in the same spot where they got to do that franchise deal all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blaming them.
So what do you do? What did you do if
that
you're
Jerry? That was the big if question. Was it 4 years ago when they did that big contract after his injury? It was he came out and played okay. I mean, he didn't even play great. He played okay for 8 games, and they re-signed him to the big contract and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway. Well, let me tell you this, guys. I saw this the other day. I saw this, which just blew me away when I saw this. I'm going. I didn't even know what to say to this when I put up the most. Let me find it. The most playoff wins since 2000. Where the hell did I put that?
Is it by active players or by?
No, by teams who has the most playoff wins since the year 2000.
Oh, man, it's still got to be New England, right?
Yeah, it was the Patriots. I'm trying to figure out where the hell did I put it. I'm going to be pissed off if I didn't add this to my thing. I'm going to be mad as hell. But anyway, I did a deal where it had the most wins by all teams. How many do you think your Cowboys have had since 2000, Drew?
3.
What'd you say, Drew?
3.
4.
And 4.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell I put it. I thought I had put it on here. Man, that just really pisses me off that I didn't put that on here. I thought for sure I called it something, and I thought I redid it, but clearly I didn't. Did my quarterbacks? Damn, man, what did I say? I hate that not having this thing in here. I'm not at home, and so I don't have my little deal where I can just push a button.
Yeah.
So I'm having to go through this. I'm having to almost go through everything, but I was pretty sure I put it on here. My NFL's.
Green Bay and San Francisco will be up there. Pittsburgh will be up there.
Yeah. Maybe even the Broncos with Peyton.
Ravens will be in there.
Okay, here it is. Most playoff wins. 30. The Patriots has 30 since 2000. 30 since 2000. Then the Eagles have
with 16.
16. The Ravens with 16. Steelers with 15. Green Bay with 14. Seattle 14. Colts 13. Chiefs 12. But of course, Mahomes has 11. I think, or all of those has 11 of them.
I think didn't he come in for what's his name, Alex
Smith.
Alex Gordon.
Yeah, didn't he come up for him?
Yeah, he came
Didn't he come in for him in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think he has.
Like, oh no, this guy's a different cat.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't come into play. After that playoff loss upset, the next year they traded him and put.
He was in.
Yeah. But anyway, the 49ers have 12, and then down at the bottom, You've got the Cowboys and Texans both have 4. I was like, I saw that, Drew, and I'm going, the Cowboys only have 4, but they should have 5 at least because the Green Bay game, I'm sorry, that's a catch.
Yeah.
That was a catch.
Wow.
That was just found ways to lose in a divisional round, just made up ways.
Well, and then
the Bills only 4 is surprising to me. I mean, I know how well they've been the last couple of years, but that only 4 is still surprising to me.
Yep, 4. The Browns 1. The Dolphins only have 1. The Lions 0.
Has many playoff wins, and they have new head coaches over that time.
Yep. And then the Jets got 6. I mean, that's all Rex Ryan right there.
Yep. Well, remember the Cowboys also lost because Tony Romo fumbled the field goal. Remember?
Yep.
So they should have at least 6. They should have at least 6, at least. The Jets have more than they do.
Then they blew to the Giants in the division round.
Yep.
They were 13-4.
Yep. I mean, you got to think about it this way. Between Dak and Romo, they only have 4 wins between them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the crazy. Commanders or the Redskins? They got 1 playoff win.
The Redskins. What Commanders?
Redskins.
So Commanders are at 0.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this?
0.
Hey, how about this? Hey, Capitol Hill High School. Remember, Drew? They used to be the Capitol Hill Redskins. You know what they are now? The Red Wolves.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I was like the Red Wolves. Wow.
Oh, that's brutal.
Anyway, yeah, brutal. But Cincinnati only 5. The Chargers 5. Cardinals 5. I thought that was a lot for the Cardinals, but of course they did win the Super Bowl. So,
Kurt Warner probably got 3 of those.
Yeah. But anyway, can you believe that, man? When you look at that list, Cowboys only 4. I would have thought they'd have at least 6. I would have thought.
And I figured the Texans would be down there. I figured the Bills would be up a little higher, but clearly not.
No. Seattle up there at 14, but of course that was with, when they had what did they call them, the defense? What was the name of their defense?
The Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom. So they had them. Packers.
That was like 4 years in a row.
The Packers should have way more than 14.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy? The Patriots have 30, almost more than anybody. 30.
Crazy.
And that's great. Yeah, I mean, I guess the Eagles did have a couple good runs of McNabb and different things like that.
But you know what, though?
Like most recent one.
But think about it. It's 22 years. So
that's
22 years, 30 and 22 years. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what is that?
And do the math and see how many of these are Toms.
Those are all Toms. Those are all Toms.
Well, then you have then all of his Buccaneers wins. Obviously, clearly they weren't in the playoffs. I mean, they were pretty close with like Sapp and Lynch back in the day.
Yeah,
but they like nothing other. I'm sure some of those. I mean, at least 4 of those wins are his.
Because remember, Tom had 3 Super Bowls in the first 5 years, so he had back to back. So that's
4, 8, 12.
6.
Then I think he's done. Yeah, is it only 3 games to get there?
That was only 3 games in. So you had your 1 divisional round, you had the playoff, and you had the Super Bowl. So they don't have 3. They have, if you win, just like now, you have 3. The other way, you have to have 4. So he has 3 times. So that's 9 right there in 3 years. He had 9 in 3 years.
Yep.
And that's like
and then
Mahomes.
the one in Tampa. Then all those Tampa wins are his too.
Yeah, because Mahomes has 11.
Yeah, Mahomes will pass him.
Yeah, he has 11 in 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. 11 in 5 years. That's stupid. Isn't that right?
Something else.
Because he had 3 this year.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is depressing.
Sorry. Okay, we'll change. We'll change the subject, man.
I don't know how many times I got to say, I know. Trust me.
All right, my brother. I'm sorry. But anyway.
I know it. I feel it.
Hey, let's get to your picks today, Drew. You have the Stros today.
Pretty good today.
Stros money line plus 116.
Yeah, we can get you a little update right here from the around the horn.
Hey, how about TCU coming back and smashing?
What's that?
How about TCU coming back and smashing ORU? The hell? How did they play each other?
Their TCU's losing right now in the top of the 8th inning, 2-1.
They had top of the first. They had bases loaded, 2 outs.
Yep.
I don't know if you were seeing any of that.
Didn't score.
Yeah.
Yep, they didn't score, and they had bases to steal after that. They could have been way ahead of where they were at.
Yeah. They're crazy. But how
Houston
about
Astros are up 9-6 right now in the bottom of the fourth over the Jets.
so you got plus money doing good there. Then you have the Pirates plus
Pirates
113.
lost today. Pirates are an L. They're whatever reason they're struggling the last few games. I'm gonna have to get off them. But the Cubs are
They're on
just
the
owning their
schneid.
ass. The Cubs are just owning the Pirates. I don't understand that.
Yeah,
They
then,
swept them. What was it, last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you have the Nationals. You got your money line on the Nationals.
Let's see what
Plus
the
one,
Nationals
plus
are doing.
yeah, you got plus 120, 121 on the Nationals.
They haven't started yet. I like the Nats tonight, though.
And then of course you have the
They
Padres.
haven't started. Into the first inning, they're 0-0.
Okay, then you have the
And
Padres.
of course, the Milwaukee Day game under 2-1 in the 8th inning.
Okay, then you have the Padres Giants under 8.5.
Yeah, Padres, that's a little night game tonight at San Francisco. A little cold, damp weather out there. I like that to stay under.
Okay, then you got man, you know what? I left off your D-backs and Brewers under 8. Like that was your call,
Yeah,
and then
that day game in Milwaukee under 8, and it's 2-1 in the 8th inning.
then you got the Blue Jays and the Marlins over 7.
Yeah, it just seems like a short number now. Both those teams got pretty good offenses. Florida plays a lot of small ball, and Blue Jays got one of the best offenses in the league. So I think that number's too short.
How about those LSU Tigers, Drew? You're all over them on the money line there.
Man, I think the Wake Forest they're not going to throw their ace. They're saving him for tomorrow. So they're the number one pitcher in baseball. So I think that they're playing on house money, and LSU's going to have a big crowd in there tonight. LSU's kind of a darling in Omaha, so I think LSU wins that, and I think it goes to an elimination game tomorrow.
How about Stanford money line plus 100? You like those Cardinals, do you?
Well, it's Stanford's out. What are you looking at?
Well, that's what I had on here, bro.
Yeah, you got LSU money line plus 110.
Oh, I had TCU. What the hell? Why the hell?
TCU, they're plus 145, and they still can come back and win that game.
What the hell? I didn't even put that on there. Where's all my stuff at?
Little update for you, Drew. Your Blue Jays Marlins game, that's a W. Over 7, that's a W. They got 9.
Yeah, I think so too.
They did. It's at 9. It's a final.
Oh yeah, look at that, perfect. And then also you've got.
Oh, dude, no wonder.
You've got the Rays money line's already a winner too.
Yep.
Ain't that a?
So we're looking right now. I could very well be 5-1 going into the night game.
Yep, Braves. You got money line.
You know the Braves are going to win.
Hey, hold on, Drew. Hey, Drew. You know what? That was yesterday's line. That wasn't even today's.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me put up. Here's your picks. For whatever reason, I had it on my sheet. It just didn't translate over to my thing. Okay, now let's pull it up. Let's get your. Why isn't it on there?
Yeah, Pirates lost again.
Yeah. They're at home. I mean, the Cubs are just owning them.
I know what is up with that.
I'm not real sure. I'm gonna have to dig into the Pirates tonight and find it. They must be missing some players, or I don't know what's going on with them.
That's 6 games in a row now they've lost.
Okay, Drew, here's your deal. Man, I don't know what happened. We had the Braves and Phillies. What the hell? Here's all your stuff. Braves, Phillies over 9. Blue Jays, Marlins over 7.
There we go. Now we're looking good.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I didn't pull it up. What I did is I had yesterday's, not today's. So anyway, you got LSU money line and then TCU. How about TCU?
Yeah, we need a little comeback from TCU. I like to see that happen.
Dude, how does hell does OSU leave 25 guys on base in 2 games?
Moment, maybe it might have got a little too big for him.
It must have 25 guys they left on base. TCU.
Yep.
That is
Lights
just
start
crazy.
shining, stars come out.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, I got all your stuff up there now, so for people to look at, man. I don't know what the hell I don't know what the hell happened on that deal, man.
Astros are looking good. A D-back we're under 8's going to hit. Pirates are a loser. The Blue Jays Marlins over 7's already a winner. Rays money line minus 146 already a winner. So going in, if I get TCU to come back here, you know what's going to happen with the Braves. So you want me to just go ahead and send you the Braves win?
Don't say that because you know every time you do that, what happens? Tell him, Ben. Help him, Ben. Every time he does that, what happens?
Oh, I mean,
Loser.
I'm the same way.
Loser. Hey, Drew, tomorrow night, are you coming on for do the draft or what?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be there live or from the house, but I'll come on for sure.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be there live. I mean, you come from the house. It doesn't really matter, but, because I know Ben's going to try to slide in and out as well. Because it starts at 7 and the Thunder are, 12th pick, so they probably not going to.
Yeah, so it'll be, 8:30, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, if they do any trading, they'll trade up at, 8? They'll trade up after an hour or so it'll be.
I want them to scoot right up.
Yeah, they won't jump ahead of 8 because they're not trying to they can't get, nobody's going to move. Its first 4 or 5 are going to be who they are. Maybe 6.
Drop the bank on get some of these guys up front. I don't like next year's draft from what I've seen. So.
Yeah, next year's draft we have 4 picks and then we have 3 the following year.
There's always some, there's always some diamonds in the rough, in the rough. There's always some guys in there, but
the whole thing is
guarantees. I like guarantees.
If you can get in there high enough based on the trades that you have with who you have them with, if you can get up there high enough to get in the lottery, then you could talk about doing something. So
yeah, I think we're like 1 loss away, which I guess I kind of get it now, but I still don't get it. But
yeah, that's what I said too. I kind of get it. We're 1 loss away from being in the top 8, which improves your chances. But on the same time, dude, our squad is solid, man. I like what our team, but if you got 2nd or 3rd and you get a Brandon Miller or a Scoot Henderson, that's not going to not hurt. That's going to help your team even more because you get both things. You get your guard action. You get a big man who can defend. But even though, Drew, do you think we would take Brandon Jackson or Brandon Miller after what happened with Alabama?
No.
Ben?
I don't think they would, but sometimes you got to take a risk.
Dude, he's 18 years old. It happened when he was on campus for 2 months? I mean,
I just don't think in this climate. I just don't think they're going to do it.
That's not how they've done it.
Been hanging out with Jaw too much.
Dude, what is up with him, man? How is he going to go? Oh, the media and NBA are out for us. What are you talking about? They could have threw the book at you and didn't.
Yeah, he needs to take that 25 and go play golf.
But all that tells me, Drew, is that whoever is around him, he has bad people around him who don't get it.
Yep.
They don't get it. They
his
really
dad's
don't.
one of them.
Yes, dad's one of them, and his mom. I mean, she's the one that calls him to go into the mall. Look, you got a black card, whatever. If it's, why are you trying to? The price is the price. Just pay the price and move on. Why don't you act? I mean, it's just anyway. But yeah, all he's doing is showing the NBA. What his problem is, he thinks they need him. That's his problem. They don't need you. They don't need you.
Plenty of guys come in, do the same thing, pretty much. I mean, not in the same, not in the same way, but they can do the same thing. So,
I mean, you're still being defiant, just like he was.
I mean, it's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege.
I think some people just don't get it. Hey, if you're a dumbass and you get rich, you're a rich dumbass. I mean, am I wrong?
Dumas.
You're a dumbass. You're a Dumas with money. That's all you are. I mean, if you're a jerk before you got paid, you're a jerk.
Make it sound French.
You're a jerk. You're Dumas. All right, fellas. Hey, anything else?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's dog days of summer. If you haven't got your brain tight yet, go out and get one.
We ain't getting one. But anyway, hey, do you want to? Hey, Drew, why don't you tomorrow give us the odds? So when we do the show tomorrow, give us the odds on the draft and what you think. Who's going to go where? If they have, I don't even know if they have those. But kind of give us let's do a kind of a preview.
I'll say there's some draft. There's some NBA lottery props out there.
2 and 3 will be pretty good.
Yeah, let's do something like that for tomorrow. Just for, I mean, it's not going to be serious, but just something for us to talk about tomorrow before the draft, before we do the draft show tomorrow night. Because we'll come on tomorrow and do the show tomorrow.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate y'all. All right, Ben.
DrewPicks.com. Go be great.
He enjoys.
Chop tonight. I'm riding with him, so hopefully they get another dub.
Goodbye, Ben.
Have to.
That was my guy.
Cheers.
Ben, that was my, oh my God. That was High Stick Harry, Ben Tillman, and Mr. Husker Drew Picks himself, Drew Henthorne. I'm done with both of their asses. Is what it is. I'm done with both of them. But anyway, I want to thank my guy Bruce.
8 in a row tonight, man. 8 in a row. Chop, chop.
Anyway, his Braves are doing really well. I want to thank Bruce and Benny and all the staff here at Rococo's on Western for the hospitality helping us here. If you have any catering events, you can contact them at 405-534-8838. And they're located at 4308 Northwestern across the Topangos and the drum room right next to Sushi Nico, right down from Will Rogers Theater on the opposite end, actually, on the side of the block of Will Rogers Theater, and across from VZD's. That being said, I want everybody to have a fantastic day. Try to stay dry, and most of all,